one more video and we'll be done, I promise. So, as promised, if you wanted to, you could watch one more zombie battle via YouTube embedded into the week 6 map. And this one's it's a fun one. It's a short one, but it's fun. And then they will engage in their discussion again, their group discussion, and their final draft. We're going to go ahead and skip the reflection and go straight to the group discussion. Of course, and then after the final draft, they'll have their creative representation. So these are the 4 things that they'll do for that week. And then, of course, the today's meet always there. This group discussion, I think, is fun. I thought it would be engaging for them to see what video representations look like of different discussion topics or research topics. So it'd be their job to find YouTube videos or prezis or websites directly on their research topic. If it's a YouTube video, they would embed it directly into the discussion board. And if it's just a website, then they would just post the URL of the website or the prezi on their research topic. I really want them to summarize what the visual representation, was and explain why they think it makes the topic more meaningful, because as they finish their final draft, they're going to be creating their own visual representation, be it a video, a prezi, a PowerPoint, or even their own website if they choose. And they will engage in a discussion with their classmates about the videos, what they like about them, how they think they're interesting, any questions they may have, insight, so on and so forth. And here's what's the final draft, what my expectations are for them. We're going to go over that. Like, they've gone through the peer review process together and, really just taking those revisions and making sure they have a polished final assignment. And then taking that final draft and moving to a creative representation. So I think the creative representation part is going to move from those research standards to that speaking and listening standards, and also taking it up the level in Bloom's taxonomy into creating something that they could share and making it a little bit more meaningful for them, but also make it somewhat of a fun project as well. Keeping that narrative going throughout. I would like them to create either a website, a video, and post it on YouTube, create a prezi or a PowerPoint or Google slide, or if they wanted to, they could perform a spoken word poem or a rap song, and they could create a video that way as well, or perform it to the class. And then the final week, they're going to be finishing up their project and have one final group discussion, a creative presentation. They're going to actually present their creative project they created in week 6 and week 7, and then a final reflection. So for their group discussion, they're going to actually showcase their project. So they're going to post the link to their video or their website or their Google Doc. If it's a PowerPoint, I will have them convert it to a Google Slides so that they can still post it for easy viewing. And again, keeping that narrative. And then they're going to see each other's projects and be able to engage in a group discussion. For this project, all 100 projects will be posted on the same discussion instead of being separated into group discussions, because I really think that it'll be important for them to have the opportunity to see their friends' projects, even if they're not in their class or in their group. And then for their creative presentation, I've given them an assignment on that, and there's a rubric linked here for their oral presentation. And I will be grading that directly in here for that. And then finally, after they've done their presentation, I want them to engage into a final reflection. This would not be on the discussion so much as just the research process in general. What have they learned throughout this process? Really considering, some of these following questions that are deeper. I want this to be a little bit longer reflection instead of a couple paragraphs. I want it to be a few pages. Really giving them a lot of options of different questions to focus on and to think about. One thing I thought was fun is really maybe thinking about, does their artifact, does it connect to the real world? Does it connect to their own personal narrative, their own story? Does it is it something that they are proud of? Is it something that they think reflects college work or career work. Really, analyzing their own work and owning, how well they have done throughout this process. And that concludes my module showcase. So I hope you enjoyed. Sorry for it being so long, and thank you again.